Hello, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm not cooking today. I just didn't feel like setting up my tripod, and my kitchen mount is like mounted to the wall, so it's kind of like an option for me. I'm going to go ahead and do a brief Dollar Tree haul, and then I'm just going to give you a life update, maybe in between or maybe after. But I'll go ahead and start with the Dollar Tree haul. So I got a bunch of decorative stuff to kind of finish off the idea that I had for the stump, because we got that, like, those miniature, like, the gnome and fairy houses, little scenes, and they're kind of incomplete and also much too small to be the main decoration on the stump without, like, a lot behind it. So what I want to do is set up either, like, a piece of wood or a large stone. I would love to use a hay bale, but I don't really want to spend any more money. This was kind of enough. So I'll probably use something like that we already have, like a big, like, you know, just one of those big rectangular, like, huge heavy stones, or a big chunk of wood. If I can find the right size chunk of wood, or because our axe broke and we haven't bought a new one yet, so I can't, like, go out and hack my own. I would love to, but anyway, so I'm going to do some kind of a stone thing to make it, like, multiple levels, and then I would like to take these decorations and, like, kind of add a little bit of height and dimension. So I got they had these too. They weren't there last time, but they had these, like, pumpkins with flowers and other little doodads on them for $1.25, which they were just so cute. So I got several different colors. So I got a yellow one, an orange one, a dark, like, almost red one, with, like, a maple leaf, more, like, there's a flower in the middle as well, and, like, cranberries, but they're all just a little bit different, and I think that that's gonna look really cool, and they're all different, like, shapes. I got one, like, burlap one that's bigger, just to kind of mix it up a little bit, and then I got one with a big old sunflower because I couldn't resist it. I love daisies and sunflowers, anything happy like that. Somebody I know is doing an estate sale for their relative, and they offered me to kind of have, like, first pick. And one of the things that they had was a driftwood wreath, which those things are pricey new. I believe that their relative has had it for a very long time, and they actually offered to throw it in free with some of the other stuff that I got. So I figure the cool thing about a driftwood wreath is that you can dress it up, dress it down. You can just put it up like it is. You can just add a bow, or you can add, like, seasonal items to it and then take them off at the end of the season and add different seasonal items. It's very versatile, which I love because I don't have a lot of storage. So if I can have, like, one, like, the wreath that I have, I made myself. I don't know if I've shown it to y'all. I'll show it to you real quick. So this is the wreath that I made for the spring and summer. We have a bright blue door, so it looks really good next to it. I think all of the materials for this cost about $10. And this kind of thing is on Etsy for, like, $75. So, the trouble is, making a custom wreath is a ton of work. It takes a lot more time than you think it will every time. I've made 3 or 4 wreaths from scratch, and every single time I've gotten, like, a quarter of the way into it and been like, oh my gosh, I completely underestimated how long it would take to do this and how tedious it would be. And I just, like, have to remind myself, because I have the vision. Like, I would love to be a person who just, like, has the time and space and patience to make wreaths, because I think I'd be really good at it. Like, when I do them, I think they look great, but I don't have the time or the space or the patience even, really, even when I have the time and the space. Because, like, that sunflower daisy one, it's really Gerber daisies, I believe, on that one. I did that one, like, May 2020, like April, May 2020. So I had lots of time, technically, and it still just drove me crazy by the time I finished it. So, but I'm also cheap, so I don't want to like pay for a big wreath that somebody else makes because I'm a creative person and I feel like I should make it myself. So it's always kind of a catch-22. And then I also don't have a lot of storage, blah, blah, blah. So I'm hoping that this driftwood one, since it's kind of a complete look by itself, just sticking a few items on it will be like not that hard. You know, I'll probably use like wire. And that way I can change it out easily for the seasons, but not have to like store extra anyway. So for that, I got this little darling maple scarecrow, and I got these bows. I liked that it wasn't your typical plaid, but it's still autumnal, but it has that light blue that I have in a lot of my decor inside the house. And this will be for the front door on the outside. And I got these, and then I got these. So I want to keep it pretty, like I don't know if that seems like it's very pulled back, but like for a big old wreath, one of the things that I found when I've made them is that it's always surprising how, like, you think you have enough stuff to put on them, and then you realize that you need about 3 times as much as you thought you did. So I'm hoping this is enough for like a simple look, because I don't really want to have to deal with more than, like, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 things to stick on it, because I don't have time. I don't have time. I got this at the Dollar Tree. It was $3, and it's little wooden, like, pumpkins and maple leaves, and you can paint them yourself. And I think it's kind of intended to be like a tic-tac-toe game, which I could teach my daughter tic-tac-toe with this, and I might. But I also just thought it's kind of a nice size, and they're really cute. So we'll do like a craft with these, and then we'll decorate either inside or outside the house with them. Maybe I'll even add a couple to the wreath if it's not quite full enough. But I think it'll just be a really fun, maybe several different days, like, painting activity with the toddler. And I think if I just sort of like mix up autumn colors and only have autumn colors available to her in the paints, no matter what she does, it's gonna look great. So I might even do finger paints, because I feel like that could be, she seems to have a lot more coordination with finger paints, and she really enjoys them. She did a beautiful finger paint thing tonight at the church nursery during church. In the non-decorative category, I went a little ham. I need to really get my shopping under control. I think I just don't have very many outlets for my stress and stuff. But I went for this because my toddler has been very interested in money, and she always wants to look at her budget binder and take the money out and sort it and then put it back in. And it's like, I want to be encouraging of her curiosity and her excitement for learning about denominations and stuff like that, because then she can like learn addition and counting and stuff like that. But I also don't want her to lose actual cash. So my husband suggested that we find her some play money, and then she can be excited about that and play with it all she wants, and we can play store and stuff like that, and then we can just keep her budget binder like less visible. So that's what I did. So I actually got 2 because there's plenty of bills in each one, but the coins, I felt like there weren't that many coins, and I really want to make sure I have enough to like help her count and learn, you know, like, I want her to be able to count 5 pennies equals 1 nickel, like that kind of stuff eventually. Like 2 years old, she's probably not going to get it, but so I got 2 sets so that I would have enough coins. And then one of the things she loves about her budget binder is that it's purple, so I got her a little purple purse for this money, so that she can, because they didn't have any I looked forever. I like really took way too long. But they didn't have any wallets at the Dollar Tree. So, and then while I was looking at the coin things, I got several like educational materials and stuff. These were just kind of for me. We have a bunch of Prismacolor colored pencils, and we don't have a pencil sharpener. Well, we don't have a working pencil sharpener. We have like a really crappy one that will ruin any pencil you put in it. Super useful, but it's like attached to the wall inside of the hot water heater closet, so like it's kind of a hassle to take it out, but it doesn't work. So I got a couple of just like portable ones that are adorable, and I'm sure my daughter will find them and steal them like instantly. But these are actually for me because I love elephants and I love Dr. Seuss, and I would like to have a hand pencil sharpener for my Prismacolors. For the homeschooling side of things, because it is back to school time, so Dollar Tree was like loaded with teacher stuff. I got 2 packets of the Color the USA United States maps. And the reason I got this, even though she's 2.5, I know that I won't use them all soon. It says for ages 5 and up, but that's just because you have to be able to read theoretically. And I can just teach her with my own voice. But I have terrible geography skills. I don't know. If you point at a state on the map, I think it's about 50-50 if I'll be able to identify it. And it's very embarrassing to me. And so I'm a little bit hyper conscious of the fact that I really want my daughter, both of my daughters, to know their geography pretty well. And rather than put a ton of pressure on them when they're like in 3rd grade like everybody else does, because if they're anything like me, they're going to resist that kind of pressure and it's going to be harder to teach them that stuff. I kind of just want to like incorporate like learning the states alongside learning her shapes and colors, because it doesn't really have to be that different. And if I can just be kind of gentle and subtle and just sort of incorporating it into the curriculum starting in preschool, I'm hoping that she'll just kind of pick up on it naturally without any like official, this is the year you learn geography, you know? And then maybe we can work on a world map as she gets older and she'll already have some confidence that she's good at geography. I'm kind of doing the same thing with like lefts and rights. I didn't really master my left and my right until I was like 18. So I've been teaching her that like now. And she's been picking it up. So I think that it is more nurture than nature in most cases. So, or she just picked it up from her dad. She never would have had trouble with it in the first place. I got a few packets of crayons, Minnie Mouse themed, so I can keep them in my purse when we're going to be at like a restaurant, or if I have to take them to like we need to get some tires soon. So I'm hoping to be able to do that without the kids, but if I have to do it with the kids, I'd like to just have these just throw in my purse and entertain her wherever we are. I got these, which are hot cold iPads, because Jim and I both sometimes get tension headaches right here, and so I thought that might be nice when our eyes hurt. And then I got this was totally just like a impulse buy, but I got some Nickelodeon themed temporary tattoos because someday that might be fun. And it was just such a nostalgia thing. But like I said, I think I went a little nuts. I got some stickers, which I'm going to hide because she currently has a big sticker book, but she goes through them. She usually uses a page a day of the sticker book she has right now. And this is like less, like there's 2 pages of stickers, but then there's like activities. So this is more curriculum-y. So I'll put this with the stuff with her like preschool materials. And then she loves Mickey Mouse. So like the cartoons on Disney, and Mickey and the Roadster Racers is one of those. And this is a Colors and Shapes learning workbook. So I got that for her, just to kind of keep her engaged. I have several different learning workbooks for those kinds of things. But if I keep pulling out the same book, she's going to zone out. Maybe I kind of am overthinking it, but whatever. And then hands-on backyard fun projects for nature. I want, my sister calls it greening the children, to have them outdoors. I have never been an outdoors person. I am very pale. I have allergies. I wear glasses. I've just never really been, and I live in Texas, so it's really, really hot and sunny and mosquito-y. And, like, I love going outdoors at night, but that's about it. So I really have to push myself out of my instincts and my comfort zone to get the kids out of the house most days, like, and just, like, play in the grass or play in the backyard. I was pretty proud of myself because today, one of our pecan trees has started prematurely dropping, like, unripe pecans on our roof, and we have, like, a tin roof over the patio, and so it's really loud. And so it dropped a couple while the toddler was eating lunch, and she got really scared, and she was like, "Thunder?" And I was like, "No, not thunder." I was like, there's nuts falling out of the tree outside." And she was like, "Thunder." She was like, "I scared." She's so cute. And I was like, "No, it's nut thunder." I was like, so very, very little thunder, but it's from the nuts. And I was like, "Here, I'll show you." So I took her and the baby outside, which is like a whole endeavor, but I took her outside and I showed her the tree, and one of the nuts like fell right as we were looking. So I was like, "See that one rolling down?" I was like, that's what's making that sound. And I was like, "Can you find the nuts?" And so we found the nuts that had already fallen on the ground, and we kind of gathered a few, and I pointed out how, like, the squirrels had started eating them, because there were a whole bunch of half-eaten ones, and we just kind of talked about, like, where did the nuts come from, and why is the tree dropping them? Is the tree sick? Like, she just had so many questions. So then I, like, took some of the nuts that we'd gathered, and I was like, "Look," and I, like, threw it up, and hit the tin roof with the nut, and it made the same sound, just like from the bottom. And I was like, "See, that's all you're hearing." And then she wanted to do it, so I kind of taught her how to throw. She wasn't very good at it because she's 2, but she got engaged in it. And then I was like, "Well, maybe we can find something that's easier for you to throw hard," because, like, she's just too short. She couldn't get it up to the roof. And so we have a storage unit out back that's also made of metal, and so I took her over to that, and I was like, "So you can throw it at the side of this and make the same nut thunder." And she loved that. So that's what we did. But I will very quickly run out of ideas. I'm not that inspired by my particular backyard. I want to be inspired by it, though. So I got a cheat sheet. Hopefully it'll work. And I flipped through it. It should be, like, legitimate backyard fun, not just, like, whatever. And then I got one more thing. I got another sticker book, but, like, I might just keep these for me, because it's dinosaurs with playing instruments, and I think she'll love them, but so would my husband, and so would I. And why is this dinosaur a vegan? Like, I think that's hilarious. Yeah, so, but they're really cute stickers, and they're from the Dollar Tree. Although I'm a little disappointed they only have the dinosaurs with instruments on the first 2 pages. I feel like I'm a little bit ripped off. But they do have other kinds of dinosaurs, like lots of different graphics of dinosaurs. But I wish these sticker book people would realize that most kids don't care if you have a massive variety. They just kind of want what's on the front. Anyway, so now for an update about me. I have been having, like, horrible electrolyte headaches. I get them from nursing. When I had my first baby during COVID, I really didn't have a lot of access to the, like, lactation consultants and stuff like that the way that people do normally, because I wasn't, like, going in to the offices, and I didn't really know what was available to me as much. And I also just kind of didn't know what was what. I had my COVID story is like a whole thing because I had my baby like 3 weeks into COVID. And so like my first experience of parenthood was so heavily flavored by that experience. I don't really know how to separate them. And I had PPD, and then I had like just regular depression, and I had PPA, which is postpartum anxiety, and I had and then I had this weird fatigue, which is how I discovered the thing that I'm dieting to help now. And then I just had these wicked headaches, just the worst. I doubt they're as bad as like I've had migraines. I think mine were not, like, my sister gets like massive debilitating migraines. I don't want to overplay what I have experienced, but these are bad headaches that are not migraines, and they hurt from like here to here, like just over, like your whole skull bone hurts, and it hurts like kind of sharply, if that makes sense, like if you just like smacked your head, like that kind of pain, just like the whole thing, on like something hard. So I found out like after probably like 10 weeks of the headaches. I posted on Facebook about it, and one of my friends is a lactation consultant and nurse, and she very mercifully gave me free advice, which was nice because I know that's like her job. I don't take for granted that my friends who are in the medical profession really want to be giving me advice for free, but I love it when they do, because they save me a copay, and I trust them a little more sometimes because I know them. But she was like, dude, are you like hydrating properly? Because I know that you're like, it's the middle of the summer and you're nursing right now. And I was like, well, I mean, I chug water like nonstop, like all the time. I just drink water like so much. I drink probably like, 5 32-ounce things a day. And she was like, yeah, but are you supplementing your electrolytes? Because you could actually be flushing out the electrolytes you do have, and then she's sucking out more of them. And you could actually, like, the amount of water you're drinking, if they're not supplemented with electrolytes, you could actually make it worse drinking water. You can be dehydrating yourself in a different way. And I was like, I did not know that, and no, I am not supplementing my electrolytes. So I did a lot of research, and I had a lot of trial and error. You guys have seen me testing diet drinks. I don't like fake sugar. I'm very picky about the things that my mouth just has like a very violent reaction to things that don't taste right. And most sports drinks are like that. Pedialyte, Gatorade, Powerade. I can stand the Lemon Propel fitness water, but it's expensive. And so I started drinking the sugar-full, not the sugar-free, vitamin waters, and it, like, within 3 days, the headache stopped. And I was drinking 2 a day at the time to try to, like, get some stuff back. And then I switched to 1 a day because they were expensive, but Costco sold them in bulk, so it was, like, not as expensive as it could have been. And so I was drinking them non-stop until I weaned my first baby. And then I was pregnant, and I slowed down on that. I drink them occasionally, but I was like, I'm not nursing, and I don't really think I need this anymore. And then I had my new baby, and I started I prepared this time before when I was 8 months pregnant, I went to Costco, and I loaded up on electrolyte-rich vitamin water, so that when the baby came, I would be able to just drink them once a day and like keep my electrolytes, and I didn't have any issues with those headaches. But now I am fructose free, and I don't want, like, I'm sorry, I know this is like baby, like whatever, but like I'd rather not drink them than have to drink fake sugar, like, and choke it down. It's just gross. So I haven't been drinking any kind of electrolyte supplementation since I started the diet. And I've been getting the headaches, but the problem is it's like it like builds. It's sort of like eating something very spicy. It just like kind of layers on itself. And so like it was not great. But I thought, well, maybe if I increase the fruit that I eat, that'll have some naturally occurring something. Or maybe if I drink enough milk, because milk is one thing that is electrolyte rich. It is like the perfect hydrating thing for a nursing mother, but there's only so much milk I can bring myself to drink, and milk has sugar in it too. So at some point it's just like tomato. So they've just been getting worse and worse, and now I've had just the most severe headache for about a week. Non-stop, unrelenting, hurts, like throbbing when I'm trying to go to sleep. Sleep is a nice escape, but it doesn't treat it, doesn't fix it. So tonight I broke down and went and got some vitamin waters just so I can stop the headache, because I can't function right now. It's really hard to motivate myself. I really don't want to work out because I'm like already dehydrated. The baby has been eating like 3 times as much because she's teething and she's comfort suckling. So like that's been hard anyway. But and I'm not like trying to complain, it's just like problem solving. And if anybody ever like becomes a mom, they'll know now to make sure that you have lots of electrolytes in your diet. So I'm gonna do some research on whether there's any like low sugar but not totally just revolting electrolyte providing things. Maybe I'll just start drinking milk all the time and just do that. Because I got a vitamin water. I chugged like half of it in the car as soon as I got out of the grocery store, and it was so sweet. I was like, okay, maybe this is still just as bad now, like, because I just haven't been drinking things that are sweet. So I might just switch. I might just try milk. I don't know. But that is like TMI. But I will tell you, by the time I got home, just from drinking that half of a vitamin water, it is a much more tolerable, like manageable. That's why I can do this right now thing. My weight this morning was 245.3, which is the same as it was like a week ago. So I'm maintaining but not losing. I have been doing the bare minimum on my workouts. I've just been doing 3 a week right now because of these headaches. The babies have been playing whack-a-mole. They just, one will go down, the other wakes up, the other goes down, the other wakes up. I'm usually like just back and forth with them and trying to get anything accomplished before bed until about 2 a.m. Then I finally go to sleep, and usually there's at least 2 more wake-ups before 7. Then one of them wakes up for good at 7. So I am so sleep deprived. So I am not surprised I'm not losing weight. But I am proud that I'm maintaining despite that kind of sleep schedule. Without really calorie counting. So there's something to be said for that. But if I, like, it makes me think I will definitely lose weight when I'm done with the baby stuff. But, like, I may have another kid eventually. So it could be a while. It could be years.